Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today's going to be tip 221, and I'm going to talk about reestablishing the routine. Just as a brief overview for those who don't know, I'm just getting back to a normal routine after being out of power for about 5-6 days. Um, that's just life. Things happen and you move on. But it's given me an opportunity to kind of reevaluate. And I was live in Doc V's group last night, so I think I'm going to post that on here. I put it on my YouTube channel, so I think I'll post it in here shortly. And what it kind of made me realize is the good and the bad, really. And the good was that I had some things prepared, and I have avenues available to me, like when the power went out. And then the bad news were there are a couple areas where I tripped up, but as of today, I have to get back onto my routine, which one of the things is doing my daily live. I did not do my daily lives during the power out because I was having a hard time keeping my phone charged, and I didn't want to go live and then have a dead phone if somebody was trying to reach me. I also realized that I have certain foods that I tend to go to that maybe I wasn't able to go to. I couldn't blend up a smoothie, or I had to go into the office because I had to do quarterly filings. Was I ready? Because the office is not what it was when I last went there. Even water is not as available as it was pre-COVID, because we can't use drinking fountains. We can't use water out of coffee machines. We can't use, there's different things now. So it kind of really gave me a new avenue. So this past 5 days, 6 days without power, I've had to reestablish, and I've had to figure out, I guess I'm going to consider it a blessing in disguise, because it's forced me to look at areas where I can tighten things up a little bit to stay on this journey. I continue to walk every day with my mom, and we did the morning walk where we watched the sunrise. I tried to stick as close to my foods as I can, but like I said, without power, there were some things I couldn't do, like my smoothies. I did still get my fresh vegetables out of the garden, but going into the office, there was the obstacle of water's not available in the same way that it used to be. Mainly it's out of a machine that you pay for, or there's no drinking fountains anymore. There's no getting it out of the coffee machine. So things look different. And it made me realize that is part of my journey, is adjusting as things change. And even part of it is like, get right back on track today, now that I have power, do my lives, because I appreciate you all so much, because you support me. And I want to be helpful to you. And in doing this, it's an accountability for myself too. It keeps me engaged, and it keeps me working harder for myself, because if I'm going to try to help others, I have to be doing it and living it myself. I even woke up this morning and my stomach wasn't exactly the way it normally feels. And I'm like, oh, that's because my pattern was broken. So I think recognizing that life always gives us an upheaval from time to time, the most important gift we can give ourselves is to just take that moment back as soon as things start getting back to normal, and reintroduce. And at the time that you're reintroducing, maybe look for a way to slightly improve. I might put together a couple of green smoothies that I'm going to freeze and put in the freezer, so that if this happens again, I can just pull them out and let them thaw and have them that way. I still had my garden, and I'm so grateful for that, because I could get lettuces, I could get tomatoes, I could get peppers, and it was fresh stuff. Because when we went into the local stores, there were empty shelves. It was kind of back to like the beginning of COVID, when all the shelves got empty. So it made me remember that the journey is a living journey. And by that, I mean, you have to continually adapt and adjust. My mom and I didn't let the walking go by the wayside. My daily life did go by the wayside. My smoothies, I didn't really have the tools. Water, I kept drinking the water, because the water still worked. At least at home it worked. It may not have in the office. I did go into the office. Here in our state, it's back to mandates where you got to wear masks in the office. So I guess what I would say today is, it just reinforced to me that the journey tomorrow may look different than today. I'm proud to say that I came through this time, and I'm within ounces of my weight as I went into these power out days. So all I got to do is keep moving forward. And I used the time to kind of go back and look at some of my old notes from some of the beginning Dr. V videos. But the journey is a living journey, and it's a journey that we have to revisit every single day and kind of adjust and move forward. I could have thrown in the towel, and there were a few things I ate that I probably never would have eaten if my life had been normal. And my stomach kind of told me it didn't like some of the things. Like I ate a couple more like a bread type thing that I wouldn't. Like I went to a store and I bought a pre-made like salad and stuff like that, but some of the ingredients aren't my normal ones, and I didn't feel exactly right. So it just kind of gave me an opportunity to reevaluate, adjust, and know that this journey is that part of changing every day. And no matter what obstacle presents, we have to just adapt with it and move forward. So just kind of as the refresher, I'm just coming off of about 5 or 6 days of no power. That meant I didn't go live in my group. That meant I had to go into the office, which I haven't had to do much during COVID. I had to plan for what kind of meals I was going to have, because even the idea of how I was going to get my meals had to look differently. I was grateful for the garden. I did have to pick up a couple of items, but knowing that through sharing this journey with you guys and through learning through Doc V, I was in a better place to where I just kept as close to my program, forgiving myself if I was slightly off, but staying as close as I could, and knowing that no matter what, I have a team of people. I have Doc V, I have the Transform group, I have all of you that support me, that I just continue to move forward to the best of my ability. And now today I can come back at it fresh and say, hey, you know what? It was just a little obstacle, and I'm just going to keep moving forward. I am almost 5 years post-surgical. I am 165 pounds plus down. I am 45 plus pounds down since COVID started. I am never giving up on myself. I will find something every single day to do better. I mean, my mom is now where she on the weekend, she wants to get 8,000 steps in before we start our days. There are things out there, and people want to support you, and I want to support you. Don't let any little thing trip you up. Yes, there were some stumbles in these days of no power, but the confidence of knowing that you guys are all out there, Doc V is out there, the tribe is out there. We just come together and we keep moving forward. Just that one thing. Only concern yourself with the things that you can adjust. And for me, I just made the adjustments where I needed. I picked up a pre-made salad. It may not have been what I did, but as I exhausted what I had here by day 5, I just made adjustments. Did I feel different if I picked up something that I normally wouldn't have eaten? I picked up a sandwich, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, I felt like crap. And I should have known better, because Doc V told me you'll feel like crap. That lunch meat is garbage for you. But it was a lesson learned and a chance to commit and understand why this journey is so important, and understand why learning to eat the healthy foods will make my body feel better, because I did feel differently when I couldn't follow what I have been following. So don't give up on yourselves. Make sure that no matter what obstacle happens, forgive yourself for slight stumbles, but just keep, as the doc says, fire, aim, fire, aim, fire, aim. You will get to a point where the routine comes back. I know right now my routine is coming back, and I'm coming back to it with a few more tools so that I can be prepared for the what ifs, because if you told me a week ago I'd face 5 to 6 days of no power, I'd have said, I don't live in the South. I'm not going to face that. And I used it as an opportunity to read. It was a chance to get some, stuff done around here that I haven't done before, as long as I could be in the daylight. So any obstacle that presents, find it as a tool to do something to make your life better. Use it as a learning opportunity, and just make some small step. And remember, forgive a small little stumble, but keep doing that small little step forward. And a year from now, you'll be in a better place. In 6 months from now, as we go into the next year, you'll be in a better place. You don't ever have to be beaten. You can make it no matter what happens. Oh, thank you, Jan. And this journey is everything to me. And I will share, because I've been asked privately to start to share more of my personal journey. And I tried to do that last night in my Live on Diabetes challenge. So as soon as it uploads to YouTube, I'll post it on my page with a link to my YouTube. So anyone who wants to go on there. And then someone also mentioned that I didn't even think about this. I never thought this would be an obstacle for me. But now that I've got over 200 videos, I'm going to try to think of a way to maybe categorize them on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you all for following me. I want to help you. And if I'm totally honest, this is about helping myself. Oh, you know what? I'm so glad to hear this was helping you. And I want to say your name right. I'm not sure if it's you Pranda, but I love the way your name is spelled. It's beautiful. And I really appreciate you being here. So good morning. Thank you for being here. And know that you're never beaten. A small little obstacle, you just keep going. We all stumble. And I've had a few stumbles these past few days. But knowing that you guys are out there, knowing that I'm going to be accountable to you, that I want to set an example, and that I want to do it for myself, it makes a difference. So don't, Upendra, I love that. And if I didn't say it right, let me know. But Upendra, I love the spelling of your name. I always look forward to when I see it because it's beautiful. And if I can help in any way, I'm here for you guys. Know that it's normal life to have a stumble. But all you got to do is just pick up where you're at, forgive the stumble, and just keep moving forward. Oh, good. I love that. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce it. But I love the spelling of it. Upendra, I love that. I really, the different names are unique, and it gives character to someone. And maybe one day we will meet. And remember, any little stumble, you can easily overcome it. Forgive yourself of slight slides, because I've had slight slides, but my body kind of told me, and it was like, I got up this morning, I'm like, my tummy is not exactly happy with me. And you know what? I'm grateful to it for reminding me of how important this journey is. You guys have got this. Don't ever give up on yourself. And I have started to try to share more of my own personal journey because people have been asking me. So as soon as my YouTube uploads, because it's about a 45-minute video, I'll post it on here. And if you guys are interested, you can watch it. And if not, if there's something you want me to talk about, just let me know and I'll do what I can to find out. And have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll get on to my work day now that the power's up and I don't have to drive into the office. Have a great day, and thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you all very much.